basically it's a pattern I tried many years ago for rock leaving, with it's got a wide pedal up the body. I mean, it's just a slight variant of the Viva, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a muddler head on it. Now this green type of muddler head is used a lot in ordinary flies, but there's a couple of time methods you might enjoy it, so that's the idea as well. Now the hook I'm using is the Kamasan, it's the B175 size 10. And the thread I'm going to be using is a uni thread and Chartreuse in 8/0. Now simply start at the eye, then a layer of thread along the shank. Now some people like to wind deer hair onto a bare hook, so if you like doing that way, then start your thread slightly head length or the muddler head distance away from the eye. It doesn't bother me where I start, I don't care. Now for the tail, there's a Glo-Brite floss, number 11. Now it's a thin floss, so you really need to, I usually wind it around my fingers to about 10 strands or so, and then all the strands together I brush them to make this nice wool-like type tail, which you see in a lot of flies. That Chartreuse is one of the best colours. Now I'm going to catch this on the top, full length of the body. Tail length, it's a preference, some people like them short, some like them long, so I like it at the middle of the road, so there we are, right there. The fly's got a rib, so it's a small copper wire. Then we catch that, the full length of the body, and then just wind up tidying things. The thread turns all the way up. To get to this point here. Everything's good. Now for the sides, it's a number 12. It's a uni Mylar in Pearl, number 12. I've already got a strand here, so basically what I do is on the way down I catch it in. So I catch one side, one on my side, and then bring round the other end. Catch on your side. And then just keep them tight. I wind the thread right down towards the tail, keeping it nice and neat. Now for the body I'm using this Diamond Bright Bronze Peacock, it's called. There we go, Bronze Peacock. Now the nearest to that, if you can't find this, use a black seal's fur, which will work, or glister. Black glister is another one that's very similar, which will do. Now don't be shy with it. Reasonably want it quite thick. Now just bring it around. Now a good variant of this is to use Chartreuse instead of the black. So use a Chartreuse, which is really bright. It does extremely well for the rainbows, but for the brown trout the darker one seems to do well. Take away your excess. And at this point, just anything going forward, just draw it back and lock it back with turns of thread, and then bring in the uni or the Mylar up the side, come down with 2 or 3 turns, tighten up. At this point you can position it to where you want it, slightly down, just bring it back up. That's fine. Trim away the waste. Now to save a wee bit of bulk, I'm going to wind this up. First turn of the wire at the back, and then 4 to 5 turns on the way up. There we are. Nice and tight, come up against the thread, bend the wire, and at this point I would tidy up really. Take the thread turns down towards the eye, and then come back up. You can bend and break the wire off. You can neater cut if you do that. Even at this point you can actually move the pattern Mylar a wee bit. Looks okay. And then get some Velcro and just bring out some of the flash, top and bottom, just a wee bit. Now the wings just black Marabou. Now I don't have very good stuff. This is, for some reason I'm short and black, but this is as good as I've got. I like it further down, but it doesn't matter. At least I'll give you an idea. So I'm taking 2 or 3 pinches from there and 1 from the other side. Just going to roll them together. Pinch them apart to get the nice cut that you want. You don't want it. You don't use scissors. Scissors is just too straight. And then look at the length that you want. Just slightly longer than just slightly by the tail. And then what I do to save a wee bit of bulk, just take your time and draw some of this fluff back. It's the excess bulk there. You don't need it. Plus it ties in much tighter if you do that. Now I'm just going to put a wee bit of wax on my thread. See, it just gives you that extra grip. And trim away. Tidy up. Now at this point we're ready to put a wee bit of flash in. Now there's a couple of flashes I like. There's this UV blue. It's a Flashaboo version that I like. You can see the number. There you go. I think it's 6904. 6904, yep. You only need a single strand. And then just catch it on the side, a single turn, just to hold it. And then get yourself either the Lure Flash Mosaic, or in this case I'm using Reflections, which is called Red Rainbow, which is a mix of red, gold and blue. So again I'm on one on my side, 1 turn, just to get it started. And then what I usually do is take it 2 or 3 turns down, fold them back, locking it in, right up against the wing, and trim it to the length of the wing. There we go. Looks okay. Now, on my bobbin holder you'll see I've actually got a small O-ring. Just going to slide it up, if I can bring it up here, there it's there. Now we take it around the eye of the hook, and basically use this to hold back, or keep it tidy, say like to hold back the Marabou and anything, so I can get the deer hair on. It makes it easier to cut. You'll see that this is basically a method used for dry flies. I've seen it before, but I've started using it on muddler heads, so you can either try it and see if you find it easier. I think it's easier. So for the muddler head is a lime green. Kind of Hulk green, some would say. There's actually a fly called the Hulk, so it's one of the Orkney flies. And what I'm doing here is just going to tidy up the ends, just trim these away, square them up, and then offer up against the O-ring. I'm just going to come round twice with the thread turns and come up, put some tension on it, and then allow the deer to come round. Then get it nice and tight up against the O-ring, just push it nice and tight. Come round onto the head area. Just keep packing it as much as you can. You'll get a tighter, a nicer head if you do that. And get some more. And then again come in, just pull this back. Halfway, come round with 2 loose turns again. Nice and lightly, pull it round. You can again stack it. Turns in front. Now we get a tiny bit more. Do the same again. Just to finish off the head area. Again, just pack it nice and tight. And get the thread turns in. Just make sure you can get the hair back. Keep it long enough, the hair, so that you can hold it. And then tighten up. Now, if you look there, the O-ring's right at the area where you want the wing. Sorry, you want the deer hair to start. So just a wee check, just to see where it is. That looks okay. I like to use a curved pair of scissors. Start off at the front short. I like to rotate the vise. All the way around. And then, really easy to show the curve of the scissors. Cut it right up against the top of the O-ring. All the way around. You see, it makes for a very easy to do it when you've got the O-ring. Now, to get the O-ring off, you just take it around the bend of the hook. What I'm doing here is just straighten up these ends. You can push this forward a wee bit just to lift them up. There we are. That's enough for a fly. Like this and this. So you just take your time and draw it back. Take it around the bend. We ring up. Tea hair gets everywhere, so see how that's in. There we go. Without being too fussy, which you can be with deer hair, you can spend hours just trimming away. Anyway, just remove the hook from the vise. Take your O-ring off. And you can just stick it back on the end of your bobbin. It's quite easy, just put it back on. Ready for your next fly. Small razor blade. You come in and just open out the eye a wee bit. So you don't cut the thread when you're doing this. And there we go. Just make sure you clean the eye, use a dubbing needle. Don't be shy, make sure you get the deer hair, or the varnish into the deer hair. I usually just come round with the side of the needle and just come all the way around. Seals it up. And there we go.